watching ATIV, the brand new Samsung ATIV S smartphone here at the Windows Phone 8 event in Berlin. My name is and you can see here we have a beautiful 4.8-inch screen, but before we continue with the hardware, let's check out, or the software, let's check out the hardware first. So, we have here, as you can see, two capacitive buttons and a real Windows button which turns the device on, and then we have a direct camera button here on the side and also the on and off switch on the top. On the bottom you can of course charge it as always via micro USB, and then you have also the microphone right here. On this side there's the volume rocker. On the top there's the headphone port, and then on the back we have 8-megapixel camera with flashlight, which we'll demonstrate in a second. And you can actually take off the back also, which is quite nice since you can change the SIM card, micro SD, and also the battery here inside this phone. So this is not all metal here on the phone. It looks like metal, but it's not. So you can really change everything in this device, and this is one of the unique selling points of the Samsung ATIV S smartphone here, since it supports micro SD in a premium way, not like with the other ones, for example the HTC 8X, which doesn't. Then you can also use it as a phone itself, Windows Phone 8. You can see quite fast, stunning, and really fun to use. You can hold one tile here for a long time, and then you can set 3 different sizes. You can also of course set it up to be a little bit more on the top, more on the bottom, or as you want it, on the left and or the right. So there's quite a few options here to choose from. You can go back, and then you have right away here the phone the way you want it. So, what else? We have of course a browser. We are in 3G right now, and we have actually my German website right now, techfocus.de, which as you can see here is quite fast. Working on this device, you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can read the text of course when you double tap in a little bit bigger way, and if you flip the screen it will be even bigger. So this is quite great for reading. But what's interesting is the bar on the bottom will never go away, but that's not too bad, since now I can go to the New York Times and just open their site.com. And let's see what happens. I can flip also. You can see then the beautiful animation that's happening there while you're flipping. So you can see it's loading quite quickly over 3G. It's fun, and then you can zoom in here again and you can read all the headlines of the day. So this is quite beautiful, but what about the camera? I mean, Nokia has a really great Windows phone. What about Samsung? So if the device is off, you can just hold the camera button on here also, the camera turns on right away, and then you can shoot your first picture like that, with no flash. And as you can see, I'm not even holding it still. And you can of course try shooting a picture here from the club or the bar that you are at right now, and then you can see here really the result is okay. Maybe I should hold my camera a little bit more still, but other pictures like from the beer here, they are quite okay. So what about the front camera, since there is actually also a front camera inside? Let's go to the camera again. Front camera, and then you can see bad light, but really great front camera. You can see me here also, quite great for Skyping. I wouldn't have accepted that, and it's really also quite fast, so this is really cool. Then what else? With every Windows Phone device you have here on the side this little menu where you have all your apps, where you can search. You can search by just trying one letter, for example Skype or SkyDrive, for example, with S, or you can just start typing by hitting store, for example. You can see here this works also quite great, even though of course this is a German version right now. So you can see the animations are really beautiful and really fast. So what I want to do right now is I want to work in Office. I can go for example here into Office right away, have my Excel where you can zoom in, zoom out in your standard XLSX, and then you can for example change the sum, change the budget. You can change everything actually on here. I can go back on the bottom. I have a little bit of help here, minimum, maximum, everything else, quite nice. And then you have of course more settings, activate filter, format, delete content, and so on. And you can of course do also cake charts and everything that you would use in Office regularly. So PowerPoint, exactly the same thing. You have here, as you can see, quite a different We have here a few options to view your presentation. As you can see here, there's quite a few things happening. Then we have actually here the way, of course, also to edit your text. It's a little bit unhandier if you flip the device, since then you have not so much space on the top for your text, but for shorter presentations it should be totally okay, and actually for checking out your presentation this way it's actually quite beautiful. Then we can also check out here our 6 tiles again, and what we have of course on here also is Word. Let's go back. So the secrets of the pandas, as you can see here, when you flip it around you can read it quite beautifully, it's really quite fast. You can set up here everything that's inside, you can paste, copy everything here from inside, you can hit settings and you can start typing here. You can also say I want different colors for the text, for the background, different font settings and so on. So there are quite a few things that you can do in here. I don't want to save. And that's actually it from the brand new Microsoft Windows Phone 8 on the Samsung ATIV S smartphone here. After a short review, I hope you liked my review. And now the last thing is of course comparing in thickness. You can see here that there's not too much difference. Actually, I think there is also no difference between the S3 on the top and the ATIV S on the bottom. In terms of size, you can see on here there's also no difference at all. There's maybe here the round edges and a little bit not so round edges here on the Windows Phone on the bottom. But otherwise, when you take for example the same sized HTC, you can see here that we have a 4.3-inch screen, and then we have here the 4.8-inch screen, but the devices are exactly the same size, I would say. So you can see the difference here in usability for the bigger device on this the bigger screen on this same device size. So thank you much for watching, and Devil TV. This was the Samsung ATIV S smartphone test with Windows Phone 8 installed. Till next time, please tune in again, and please subscribe. Thank you much for watching.